when I was having that corporate meeting, and I put the video up, when we started talking about, looking like civvies and talking like civvies and doing stuff, I actually sat there and I was like, wow, that's really, really interesting, because we're all in disguise. We talk about the masks all the time, but when I'm meeting people and talking to them and seeing what jobs they're doing, all the rest of it, I know that's just not their identity. I know that's not what they get their value from. And it's really finding something that creates that for us. And no one else can do it except for us, because it's got to come from within to start with. But I've found that out there in the civilian world, there's so many people that really honestly want to help, and that want to help us. Whether they respect the values that we stand for, or they know someone, or most of it is people have a skill set that they want to share. And it was really, really interesting, because I talk to a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists now, and business people. They hear the story, they hear the awareness, and oh my God, I'm sick of the awareness and all the crap, and you'll see that video. But they all want to help. They just don't know how to help. And we create issues for ourselves. We call ourselves, that all civilians are sheep, and that we're the sheepdogs, and we protect them from the wolves, and the sheep should be grateful. And then in my head I'm thinking, yeah, I know a lot of civvies, man, they're not all sheep. There's some guys out there that would break me in a heartbeat, and I'm a lion, man. I'll put myself right up there and I'll challenge anyone on it. But if they're sheep and we're sheepdogs protecting from the wolves and the bears and the other lions and that, then who's the shepherd? Who are we doing it for? What's the greater purpose that we're serving? And I've found with a lot of the groups is it's not about serving the greater purpose. There is no shepherd. There is no one that they're accountable to anymore. It's more about just trying to hold on to that identity of being that sheepdog, or just being seen to have some sort of value to the sheep. And man, my civvy mates that are tougher than I am, they don't like being called sheep, man. There's good, kind-hearted people out there that are more than capable of defending themselves. Perhaps not with the skill sets and the high level of training that we've had. However, they have a skill set and a desire to help us. And I've been in that world for a long time now, and it's really, really easy. First and foremost, you don't trust anyone. Everyone's trying to take your money, and everyone seems fake. So starting with those and going through and profiling and deconstructing and going back through like I do, it was really easy to find the good ones. And they really want to help with their skill set. And the biggest clash that they have is it's just language. So everything that we did with the book, if you haven't read the book, jump in and grab it. That's the start point. Because look, whether or not you agree with the fact that I'm saying it's not a disorder, whether or not you agree with the fact that people have got a benefit from it, there's people that haven't, there's people that have chosen not to. But what the book does is the first book to come out in the world to say that there is positive. And they've got people thinking, can it be a positive? Well, absolutely it can be a positive in the correct environment. Secondly, it wasn't a disorder to me because it's just a result of how I've trained my subconscious. They're trained to react that way. That's their IAs for the ROEs that I trained into them. So I knew that training was the answer. And then when I started talking to psychs, when I just went blah, 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 they went, oh, how does that work? But then when I learned their language and I said, okay, I understand the 10 cognitive distortions, and 3 of those are actually trained into us as our highest skill sets, then we both looked at each other and went, aha! Now we're starting to speak the same language, and we're designing things that are working. And then it sort of rolled on from there.